How's it, guys? Sorry, I'm sorting out the music here real quick and thought I would try and actually maybe today, is my mic a bit too loud? There we go. Actually maybe today try having AI decide a playlist for jewelry visualization. And yeah, this is apparently what it came up with, and all of this looks like classical music to me, which I don't mind, but we can't have that the whole time. So yeah, what we're gonna be doing today is I'm actually gonna finish off a commercial image that I have to get done, and then yeah, what we're gonna do after that is we're gonna continue with some of the on-body renders. I'm gonna be spending a lot more time setting up the lighting and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, if you guys are interested with on-body renders, that is what we're gonna be doing today. I just want to quickly get my chat up here so that it actually connects. It's struggling to connect for some reason. There we go. And if any of you could do me a favor, just pop a message in there on either Facebook or YouTube. Just want to make sure the thing is working. And yeah, what is this? Alright. So let's have a look here. We got our playlist sorted. So yesterday I rendered out a ring like this. I actually posted it on Facebook on one of the groups as well today. And yeah, I'm gonna do the other version. The other one had like a hollowed out gallery. So okay, this one's also hollowed out, but it didn't have. The other one had like these cutouts, and this one doesn't have that. So I've gone ahead and prepared this for render, and I just want to make sure everything should be good. And then yeah, we're gonna render this one out as well. I'm gonna do the Photoshop edit similarly to the other one that I did. I actually might just copy the effects that I did last night, and yeah, then we'll proceed to the on-body stuff. I really need to get my vape juice sorted. Sorry, I just want to check here who's... What is that dog going on about now? Just excuse me for a quick moment. I just wanted to check what my dog is on about. Yo. Okay, so this is sorted. Boom. Alright, so I'm not going to go through how I prepared the model. This model is just basically prepared already. So all we're going to do is we're going to hop into the scene that I made yesterday and just kind of add it in there, I guess. I'm going to be turning off my camera for the stream because it's going to lag out anyways. So we'll turn that off for now. And let's quickly go here. Yeah, don't judge me. I didn't even save any specific camera angles for this scene. But yeah, so this is kind of it. I had the HDRI set up here, and yeah, it's super simple actually. It's not a very complex HDRI. Like I usually use this one as a starting point, and I created this myself from one of these as a starting point. So I started this, just added in some of these lights and made a new default one that I start with. And generally that's one that I like to start with jewelry visualization. And like here you see, you just kind of move stuff around, and it turned out pretty damn nice. Anyways, so we're just gonna add this plane back, and in this spotlight, which is responsible for the caustics that you see here on the ground. Caustics is something new that I'm playing with. I have played with it before, but I want to start moving more towards it, because I mean it just makes it look so much nicer and more realistic. So yeah, I really want to play with caustics a lot more. It's just very resource intensive. Like I mean, this scene now is sitting at 30 samples per second on a 4090. So yeah, it's pretty resource intensive. I just want to get a different kind of vibe here. I don't know what's going on. Let's just I don't know. What should we add for a playlist? Like a playlist generator. I don't know. Maybe we should just type in like diamonds, see what pops up, or diamond. See what pops up. Okay, not what I'm looking for. Also not what I'm looking for. So let's just go ahead with some. Oh wait, I'll actually get some house. Let's get some house. Some house music going. That'll be what we'll be using today. Okay. Cool. So let's drag in this other ring here into the front scenery. File, import. We're gonna go here and then just import this closed gallery file. Please don't apply it to each and everything now. Oh my gosh, okay, it did. Anyways, it's the exact same sizing and everything, or should be at least. So we're gonna end up just using the exact same materials on them. This is the center diamond, so I can't remember which one is the yellower one. Oh, it's this one here. So the top one's gonna go there, the bottom one's gonna go there. I'm gonna have the materials more or less like that. And then yeah, we got the yellow gold material, and that disc is gonna add. I just want to actually dial down the bloom a bit, because it's a bit intensive. I noticed when I was in Photoshop, it's a bit too drastic. So yeah. So then what I'll do, that one is sorted. I'm just gonna copy this thing over to the other model up set, which is gonna be the, no, not the front, man. I'm being stupid. Before I actually do that, let me just sort this stuff in the adequate stuff here. Yellow diamond. These are the white diamonds. Perfect. And then yeah, neat little trick. If you haven't seen it before, what I've done here is like you can kind of see the change in this diamond here on the side and the contrast. And all that is to add a bit of that contrast back is I've got a small little disc here that I've added in. This is the spotlight that's responsible for the caustics. But I've got a small little disc here that I've added in between the camera and the ring and the diamond, which is just an emissive material, and you just tick it invisible to camera, or not visible to camera, but still you have to have it visible in reflections. So yeah, that is actually responsible for creating some of those nice contrasts that you see in the diamond, just to kind of get it back, because you don't want to get too much black in your metals. Some clients actually would love to have no black in their metals, but it's not always possible unless you're going to render out two different scenes. And then usually the jewelry looks so fake because you can see the diamonds aren't meant to fit in that in that scene. I don't know if it's just me that can tell that, but to me it immediately looks like it stands out. You can see the diamonds aren't in the same scene. I don't know what it is. But in any case, okay, so that has been categorized. So we'll put this on the side upright. And then, yeah, I could set up studios for these as well. Why am I still seeing... Oh, wait, no, man. I'm being stupid, that's why. Copy position, paste position. And, they can kind of see it. But for this one, we're going to just use the scenery here. And we're going to turn off the disc and the spotlight there. I might actually change up the scenery a bit for this one, because I feel like it's lacking some contrast here, and that might actually be due to the backdrop. Yeah, it's definitely due to the backdrop, but I kind of need the backdrop for the shadow, you know. But it's fine. We'll do something like this, and then just kind of let's add a ground plane. And just kind of get, I'm not really seeing the shadow here. Oh, there we go, we'll do that. And then we'll make the backdrop color just a pure white. Oh, there's the shadow. Okay, so for some reason it wasn't working as I intended it to. We could always do... That'll kind of work with this. You know what? I might actually just leave the backdrop in with this scenery here. I just want to check if my YouTube chat is even working. Let's see here. It's not even showing that I'm live though. Why is it not showing that I'm live? There we go. Just have a test here. Boom. And there we go. Okay, it came through. Okay, that's working. Perfect. This already looks a lot better. So what changed? Oh, wait. Okay, so the ground plane actually gave it some new... Okay, that's cool. Well, at least we're getting some contrast now. I'll sort out the backdrop here. We'll just But there's not really a shadow, but I mean the other one I did also didn't really have a shadow, so this is fine. And then I guess we'll copy this to the 3x4 and just have a camera on here. Paste. We'll hide that one. And then yeah, we'll kind of get something like this going. Or just, yeah, there we go. So, I'm just really not liking this this, what you call it, this reflection caused by this light though. There we go. A little bit is fine, but it's just, it can't be like overwhelming with bloom. And I kind of want to have some of the bloom in there. Alright, so let's quickly render these out as perspective, Helium Gold 2. I'm gonna render that out, and I'm gonna be doing 2000 samples on these just so that diamonds can be nice and crisp. Upright, and then I should really have set up like a studio for this, but okay, it's fine. Upright 2. Ignore that, and we'll do the front. Not liking the ground plane in this one. When I want to get that plane back, and the disc. I think this is actually the scenery I used. Oh no, this was the front scenery. Yeah, I remember now. This is actually supposed to be somewhere around here. And yeah, let's just do this as the front. Kind of get all of those nice caustics and everything in it as well. And then here we'll basically just switch cameras on it to there. And kind of change this part here. And yeah, that's about it. I know I didn't really set up the scenery on stream or anything, but this I think looks pretty good. Give me a sec here. Is this mic really that loud? Like, I'm seeing it going all over the red. I don't know why. Like, I can lower the volume of it, but it's like not doing anything. Wait, what mic is this thing using? Okay, it's using the correct mic. So what the hell? I don't understand what this volume is for. Like, I can put it all the way up or all the way down. It doesn't matter. Anyways, let's just send this over to the network. And then as that gets done, we'll hop into Photoshop, edit them real quick. Like, I'll show you here how nice these came out on Photoshop. Oh crap, wait, it's not there. It's going to be somewhere around here. So this was after Photoshop, after we came in, cleaned up the image a bit. This is on a different ring. Oh, same ring, just the one with the hollow gallery. But yeah, it came out looking pretty damn nice. And then, yeah. We'll hop on over to Photoshop for the other one. Something is slightly different though. Here the scene had shadows and everything. I wonder why it didn't have that on here. I mean, I might have to go change something, but like if I take the side upright here, and then I know I used this environment. Oh man, it might be the ground plane. Yeah, it might be just that the ground plane is causing the shadow thing. But in any case, it's just I'm not seeing enough contrast here without that ground plane. I like that it doesn't define it as well. Like you can see the difference it makes. So yeah, and if I remove it entirely, well, it looks pretty good if you remove it entirely, but this is not the kind of look that we're going for with this specific client. But I actually might just render this out as a different one, upright 2. Just render this one out as a separate one because I might actually use this. Let's just send that to the network as well. Alright, cool. Let's save this scenery and we can pop out here. And once these have been finalized, then we can get going. But yeah, they came out super crisp, if I have to say so myself. It really gave that effect of a high-end jewelry brand, how I would expect them to do their visualization. But yeah. So I can turn this back on. Sorry, having a little bit of issues here. How's it, brother? If you want HDRI files, I suggest perhaps going on to Google and going and have a look on what's there that's free to download. There is a couple that's free, or even better than that is to just go spend some time. I mean, here you can get free HDRIs on Polyhaven Studios. There's a bunch of stuff that you can really get free maps. But the best option is to go and create them yourself. Like I said, I got the ones that I use. It's just as a base, and then I add images to it myself. I can't remember where I got them exactly. I wonder if it was on for this thing here, like maybe Studios. No, I've downloaded from here before as well. But I don't use a lot of these kind of HDRIs of jewelry. Most people like to have studio stuff for jewelry that's like black and white and not the actual realistic studio. But I mean, they've got some, there's a couple of free on, you want my HDRI files? Nah, brother. I don't sell HDRI files. Like I said, my stuff, the stuff I used, I just need to figure out where I got it from. I can't remember. I don't think it was Grayscale Gorilla. Like they also have a couple of free stuff. But I got 25 of these. It's actually, I'll show you the ones that I downloaded. I can't remember where. That I can share, like these. I downloaded all of these for free somewhere. That I can share. And then I use these to build my own. So like these are a couple that I've built, except for this one. I didn't build this one, and I didn't build this one, and I didn't build this one. The rest of them I've made. but they literally just a starting point. Like, I don't just drag and drop an HDRI and that's what I use. They're just starting points of where I start with, and then I make the alterations depending on the design. I mean, something like this HDRI won't perform well if you just have the ring, but as soon as you add a white backdrop to it and you just drag it in, because you just need a couple of lights and then the global illumination and the bounces and everything, that'll light up your scene very quickly. It's actually one of the ways that I like to do things nowadays. But yeah, there's a ton of them that's free online. I would suggest going and learning on how to create HDRIs and kind of what goes into it, and it's essentially almost like going to learn how to do lighting. And I'm not great at lighting, but yeah, you can definitely learn some things here and there. You can learn a few things here and there that'll online that'll actually help you create them for yourself. So I'm gonna copy all of these edits that I did here. Oh, we're getting some different refractions in this one, and that I like. Slightly different scene, this one, eh? But I'm liking the way this looks as well. So we're gonna copy these and paste these in here. Why am I sitting with a little bit of a... I'm just gonna hide all of my edits here, and then we're gonna just recopy and paste all of these edits onto here. So let's just create masks first so that everything actually looks the way it should. Merge these layers. And then yeah, then it's just literally copy, paste. That's for the white diamonds. Yellow gold, copy, paste. Yellow diamond, copy, paste. Get that looking nice and clean. Shank. Oh well, we don't need the shank one. And then, of course, the backdrop. Even though there's not really a backdrop here, so I'm going to delete those files. Boom. And I'll just copy the other edits I made here as well. The sparkle stuff in the videos, so that is done with After Effects with a plugin called Starglow. We've got our yellow gold, and it actually looks pretty nice. Like, it'll notice it has like graininess to it, and that's intentional. Like, I started adding slight little bit of graininess to the stuff because it makes it look a lot more like a photo that was taken and not a perfect render. And it does add to the overall image. Oh, look at that. My partner actually just made a sale of one of her jewelry pieces. That's awesome. And then for the sparkles in Photoshop, I mean, that's pretty simple. You get a brush, make it white, and you just click. I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to more... No. Maybe... add one there and just... I might just reduce the opacity for this side. Have it there, and then maybe a one here or so. And then that one is done. Export this to... Oh, the plugin's name is called Starglow by Red Giant. I'll type it here. I hope that sends to... No man, it's not Red Glow, it's Star Glow by Red Giant. That is the plugin name. So I don't know, I wrote Red Glow first, it's Star Glow. But you can do that. The other method that a guy from TikTok showed me is to actually put a levels adjustment onto it, and taking the levels adjustment literally almost exactly to the white. If white is 1, the levels, the black is gonna be basically 0.999. Then you get only the brightest spots, and you use directional blur together with curves and Gaussian blur, and then you stretch that directional blur out, and then you can duplicate that effect and just change the angle of the directional blur, and you can create your own things. And that works pretty well if you want to get multicolored reflections in your jewelry. But I've had some mixed results with that. I found it a bit hard to control the amount of reflection that is in there. Star Glow makes it a lot easier, but Star Glow, you kind of set up a preset and it's going to create that colors for each and every refraction. So this thing is saved here. Oh no, I need to save it. And then I'm sure some of the other ones will be done as well. Just save that. Let's do this side one. I like this shot. Like, really, it's pretty damn nice. I just love these side shots. They look so similar. Or they look not so similar, they actually look a little bit different, but I mean it's because of how it's made. Let's quickly copy all of these. We're not going to need the shank one. And then we're just going to paste these above here. Just hide this stuff. And then kind of, you know what, I don't even have to do the diamonds. I can just replace the diamonds and the background. Oh wait, no, I can't replace the background. Can I? No, because I've got a bit of that that yellow going. Anyways, let's just do this on the yellow diamond. Actually, the yellow diamond I can just keep the same one as well. Yellow diamond, I can just keep that same one. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, this one looks pretty damn nice. Anyways, for the background, let's just do this. Merge that, convert to smart objects. And then boom, we got our background. But why is our metal? Oh, we haven't done our metal yet. Hold up. Let's merge that. And we got our metal. There we go. Just how quickly that transformed from this to that. I mean, that's a hell of a difference if you ask me. Yeah, anyways, let's add this, convert it to a smart object, and then I'm going to copy these two layers as well, paste them on here, and then I'm just going to copy this filter straight over there. Boom. And then, yeah, we kind of have it with our glaze and everything sorted. Quickly take on the next one, which is going to be the upright one. I'll probably just end up copying this one's background for the other one. No, not what I wanted to do. Let's open up this one here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up just copying that other one's background. Like just doing this and just outright going boom. Oh crap. Okay, so it's got some I'm gonna have to get rid of this stuff. I didn't think about that. Okay, I think that should be cool. There we go. We kind of have the background we need. And we can get rid of this one, I guess. Yeah. And then... yeah, let's just copy these over here. Create smart objects of everything. And then let's just copy the edits. So we're gonna do the yellow gold, white diamonds. Oh, you're not even seeing the white diamonds, so why bother? Let's just go boom. Let's paste this in here. So I'm just gonna copy that to the yellow gold and this to the yellow diamond. Alright, boom. And then kind of just get that graininess back and everything. Same as this one. Alright, there we go. Got that sorted. And then so I'm gonna save that. Boom. Save this layer. Can close this up. Yeah, save it. There we go. And then what's left? The front, right? Front. And let's kind of use this front here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's not the same. Like this one looks slightly better. Okay. So let's go in here. Just get rid of the shank one, copy that, paste that in there. Just hide these ones for now. Or actually, you know what? I can copy the yellow diamond and the white diamond. Nope, that's the gold. Yellow diamond and white diamond, I can just put them in here. I mean, they looks pretty good as is, so you compare them to that. Alright, anyway, might as well actually just do the background too. Yeah, fuck it. It's literally just the yellow gold one that we're gonna be playing around with. And then there we go, convert to smart object, and let's get that layers on there. Boom. Oh, that looks terrible. In any case, any tips on how to use two different HDRI in one camera? Brother, you're basically gonna render out two different stuff. Like, I would suggest rendering, if you're gonna be doing video, it's a shit ton of work because you're gonna have to render out a video in the environment for the ring, and then you're gonna have to render out it again in a different environment for the diamonds, and then composite that using After Effects or DaVinci Resolve or whatever the case may be. But it's just for video, it's too much work. If you want to do that for pictures, I would recommend then, yeah, just basically have the two environments set up, render out two different pictures, have your layers set up in Keyshot, like I have here, and then basically just putting the diamonds over the other ones. That's the best way I can think that you can do it. It doesn't have the things like some of the other software where you can render with 2 different HDRIs, unfortunately. I just want to copy this glaze here because we can have the exact same glaze. Oh crap, why do I have glaze? Yeah. I don't mind having a glaze here, but much lower. Yeah, that's the only way, brother. That's why I don't render out diamonds in a different environment than the stones. I kind of try to get both looking a bit better. Oh, that's in my partner didn't sell the jewelry piece. She actually sold a diamond today. Well done to her. Kudos to her. She's actually exhibiting at De Beers' head offices. Well, I don't know if it's their head offices anymore here in South Africa, but exhibiting there today, and just sold well, it's not a big diamond. It's 7-pointer. Natural diamond, that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's save this thing, export this. I mean, this is ready for the client. I think all of the views have been done. Yeah, all of the views have been done. And then that's saved. Boom, and now I'll get back to some of the on-body stuff. And I actually want to copy all the stuff over to my drive. No, let's just go on samples, commercial. Boom. For some reason, and I've been thinking even of buying a different monitor, this stuff looks so much better on my phone than on my computer. And I don't have a bad monitor. I mean, I've got, but it's a VA monitor though. This, what's it? MSI. Oh geez. MSI Optics Mag 7271 CQR. Like, yeah, I've got this. This is my monitor? Yeah, this is my monitor. But I know it's a VA panel. That's probably why it doesn't look as great as everything else does for me. But what's the color stuff on it? Because I never paid. I bought it for gaming. I never bought it for rendering. I completely forgot. Display color 16.7 million. Okay. Sorry, I just need to check something real quick. There's nothing here. Okay. So, next thing we'll do is I gotta spend some time in these on-body render stuff. Let me just bring this stuff up. And we did spend some time on this recently. But I want to kind of get some of them, get at least all of the rings done today. So I just want to do this. Or actually it doesn't matter, I can just use it from here. What is this music? This is not what I signed up for. Maybe that's supposed to be house, but it's not the kind of house that I was planning on. Alright, so... so I want to kind of get rid of the cylinder in the back. Where is the cylinder? Oh, here it is. And that should work. And then kind of these things need to... Oh yeah, I need to set this stuff up here. I'm in. I'm gonna move this a bit back so it doesn't block so much of everything. Should just have a little bit of an effect on the ring, but not entirely. Cool, and then we're gonna have this one here as well. Kind of moved something like this. It looks really weird when you have these things set up like this. It's just to kind of get the reflections, you know, as accurate as possible. And there we go, almost there. And you're kind of turning a 2D image into a 3D space, which is already difficult enough. And then I just want to see, like, this is an okay environment for this. It's just super bright, man. That looks a little bit more natural. And now I just need to make sure that this cylinder is covering only what it's supposed to be covering. I might actually take this with the ring and just adjust it slightly. Like so. And that cylinder should still cover the finger as intended, but okay, now I need to kind of get this lighting looking good again. I mean, this diamonds don't look too great in this lighting. Let's try 0.3 here. Put it back at the camera. And kind of adjust with these. Trying to get it so that the back plate Actually blur out some of that. I don't know how this is gonna look in the studio though. Oh, that looks absolutely horrifying. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work at all. But this one should work. I'm just not liking that black spots in the sides. There we go, something like that. And this should be good. Or get a little bit of bloom in there. I think this one should be ready to render. Let's go and put this in one of the files for the client. R3. They're going pretty damn big. And oh yeah, I probably have to quickly sort out these things. These are the discs. I need to probably do these individually. Global. This is just there to actually put some contrast back in those diamonds. And let's grab this one here. Just create some contrast. Okay, boom. Probably end up doing this one something around about there. Just dropping it lower a bit. Actually, I'm gonna raise this one slightly up. Just want a little bit of contrast, but not too much, you know. And then we got metal, gems, cylinders. Perfect. I might actually just add this cylinder back, just to kind of even out that color. It's very dark there in the back, so not what I'm looking to do. Just want this one. Link that material. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that kind of darkens out towards the back. Because realistically, that is what would happen in this scenario. Alright. And then let's render this out. I'm just gonna do this at like, 1,000 is fine. Send that to network, and let me just let the other client know this stuff is done. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to lower that music slightly. I don't know, I hope this mic is picking me up fine. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to lower that music slightly. Sorry, it might echo. I hope this mic is picking me up fine. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to lower that music. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's picking me up fine now. And then, why'd the music stop entirely though? I didn't tell it to stop. Okay, so that first one is done. We'll just save this file. And then move over on to the next one. So I kind of wanted to have a look at how this looks in real time. Okay. Let's just have a look at how this is going to look on this finger. If everything is fine. Obviously that's going to be in the back. Yeah, and then it's just going to need some photoshopping. It's cutting off where it should. And just need some clever photoshopping, and then yeah, that'll be good. Once we go into the gems, I just want to have a look here. Filter, camera raw filter. Oh crap, hold up. I need to do this on top of the gems first. There we go. Just so everything looks like it's intended to look. Filter, camera raw filter. Like I get it, these gems, they look like they have a lot of color noise in them. Oh, and luckily that's quickly reduced by like something like that. And then just kind of taking out the yellows out of them and the oranges. and upping the clarity a bit. Like, I think this will be a good thing on how I would edit these ones. I'm not doing the edits for these though, but it's got a kind of a nice look to it. Something like that. And then it's just the metal needs a shadow because it looks a bit weird without the shadow. But as soon as you got the shadow on there, it's gonna look pretty damn nice, I think. Anyways, boom. Oh crap. Okay, never mind. Let's move on to the next one, the dewdrops ring. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm trying to get this project going. Oh. Okay. So this ring would have to go slightly smaller in my opinion. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hold up. Yeah, this definitely has to go smaller. Kind of gotta be there. And this has to slightly increase in size to about there. And just move ever so slightly to the right. Just so it cuts off properly. Boom, 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 boom. Oh crap, where's my OBS? There we go. Alright. So that is done. I actually think this one looks relatively okay. It's just a matter of setting up the metal. And then the gems. All of these go into cylinders. And I don't feel like you need those things. How do I go into like, what do you call it? Damn it, I can't remember now. On my OBS, like the preview, I just want to go into like resource saving mode. I have to have a look. Alright. So that is sorted. I think the environment for this one seems alright. It should fit in pretty nicely. And we've got all of these on the cylinders. And yeah, we can basically just render this one out. This is number 4. Thousand samples, yeah, there we go. Add that to the queue. And then send that to the network. Let me just quickly mute my mic here for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, where do I get HDRIs from? Brother, most of them I make myself. Like, I don't have a lot of HDRIs. Like, I've got these ones, that's studio stuff, that I can't remember exactly where I got these from, because they were basically a free download from somewhere. If I check here, resources, HDRI. I don't download a lot of HDRIs, but maybe there's a README, or maybe there's a link. I think it was this. Yeah, so yeah, here's the link to where I downloaded these ones. You guys can maybe download them. I use them as a base to start from, but they're going to be in the background, and the only problem with them is if you drag them in, they basically locked to this resolution, 3000 by 1500. So that's the only problem with them. But yeah, you can use these things. Else you can go to places like Polyhaven or HDR Haven, or I don't know, there's so many places you can get free HDRIs. The paid ones you can go probably, I think Polyhaven also has some paid HDRIs. Alright, so now let's have a look. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. It's Shivea or some Shivei or something like that. I can't pronounce the name. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. But I remember that render was actually pretty good. And I mean, you're talking about this one here, right? Um, Like the only thing for me is it's just there's a bit too much contrast, and I don't know if you set that in the image tab or whatever, but there's a bit too much contrast and the colors are a bit too saturated. But other than that, I mean the diamonds look good, everything else looks good. I would have probably made the prongs a bit smaller on this model, just because they're sticking out quite high, so that's also part of the visualization. You need to kind of prepare these models to look as realistic as possible and shorten those prongs. It's just going to look so much better, and you're going to see less metal and more diamonds and everything. But yeah, these are definitely not bad, brother. It's very good, and it needs the slight tweaks and such. But while you're here, what I meant was what you can do if you want like a pure black background, you can just literally set this color here in your HDRI to black, and then sometimes I just like to use, if you go into photographic mode, and just set this background color to black. Either way from that. A free model from CG Trader. Okay, I see. No, but that's also fine. Like I rendered the other day, we did it on a live stream. I edited the model slightly, but essentially it was, I think I saved it in samples. Yeah, Stream Solitaire. I built this scenery for commercial renders. We ended up changing a bit of the gem in the model and all of that. And just to kind of get that nice looking. Well, this is a very basic scenery. I mean, you've got an environment. Like this environment was completely built from scratch. It's on my YouTube. If you go back a couple of days, it'll be there. But this environment's built from scratch, and it's got a backdrop that's allowing global illumination to take place, so it doesn't look like that, because that's what you get once you remove the backdrop from the HDRI. So you kind of just gotta get creative with it. But I mean, HDRIs, these are all default pins that I just added into it, and they got some, I mean, I don't think I even played around with the brightness except for this pin. And yeah, and this pin here to get kind of the shadow underneath. But that's about it. Oh, and then I've got the light, area light here on top of it. No, I'm glad to hear it, brother. I hope you were there when I shared the link to download this scenery as well. Then you're more than welcome to use it. I mean, if you wanted to do a black scenery, I can quickly show you how quick and easy it is. I'm gonna drag in one of my scenes in here. Let's just use this very basic starting off scene. And then I would go and press C on this. Let's say we put on ground reflection, and we'll possibly just hide this plane. And I mean, then you got a pretty decent looking black scenery for the ring. I would possibly just add at least a ground plane and then play around with the specularity. Oh no, that's the shadow, sorry. The specularity, just making it slightly darker and increasing the roughness just a little bit, so there's some roughness on the ground. That's kind of how I would go about rendering something in a black scenery, which is pretty simplistic. I mean, it's really not if you download, I did share the link to download these studios. If you just drag in, I mean, I've got 5 pins in here. I've got the center pin, which is literally just this pin here. That's a rectangular that I just shaped for it. And then I've got 2 other rectangular black pins and 2 bright white lights. And that is it. That is how simple the scenery is. And I mean, that actually looks pretty decent. So, I mean, and yeah, like, yeah, if you use high contrast, I would definitely not go as high on the contrast here. You can up the exposure, but I like to use aces. And then if you up the exposure and your contrast here a bit, then it actually looks pretty nice. And I'm loving the symmetry in the diamond facets here. Well, it's not entirely symmetrical, but if I had to go in here and do this at 0 and that at -90, then it's perfectly symmetrical. Let me just turn off depth of field. You kind of see the hearts or the arrows in the front. But yeah, brother, that is literally how I would go about creating a black scenery. It's super simple. You don't have to make it complicated. And you could always add this and make that black too. And be careful if you're using the image tab to the background color on black. Just make sure your background is also black, because if this is going to be white, you're going to sit with this result. And it's kind of going to make the shadows all too light. So I tend to then just use that. But I mean, I think this ring came out pretty damn nice after photoshopping and all of those kind of stuff. Because I believe I went through the photoshopping of the ring as well. Because that was what we rendered out. And this was after photoshopping and making slight little bit tweaks here and there. And something that I would definitely recommend, if you're serious about rendering and so, go to the 3D Jewels website and grab yourself their gem pack. Right, they've got a, this diamonds and gemstones, this gem pack over here. Go grab yourself this, because they're pretty nice. Or you can go and create your own. Go onto Blender with the Jewelcraft plugin. That is literally how I'm creating my own gems now. Is I would go to Blender. If it's a shape that's not available, I will design it myself off of an online template. But you can use this Jewelcraft plugin, add whatever shape there is in here. Like, for instance, I'm going to be doing a princess cut very soon, right? So let's add a princess shape in here. And what I end up doing is literally just selecting all of these corners. Well, we can select all of that. And then, yeah, I would go in and bevel these ever so slightly. Just very slightly. And then boom. That adds so much detail back into your diamonds because of that slight bevels that it creates. It's insane, actually. And then use your diamonds like that in your models. That's essentially what 3D Jewels have done. But yeah, then you can get all these chamfered models and all of that kind of stuff. I'd actually export this model because I'm going to be doing a princess cut very soon. Export FBX. Let's actually save this on here. Resources. Yeah, so and then here princess square. And then we'll go visible objects. And then boom. I mean, if you compare a standard princess to something like this, it's insane how it looks. I mean, I want to quickly show you the difference it actually makes by just doing that little thing. Princess cut. kind of just do that. Okay, put this at -90. I don't know why Keyshot insists on -90 for their stuff, but in any case, let's just rotate this 90 degrees, and then let's make this a gem. 2.418. Get the roughness out there. Get the Abbey number to about 55. I mean, this is where these things come in pretty handy. So this isn't the best studio for this kind of thing. Let me just turn off my webcam. Like, I'd probably rather go with something like this. Or maybe not this one either. Oh yeah. And now you can kind of see all that detailing of that rounded corners in the facets, which brings back so many so much detail into your renders. I mean, this is literally how quick it is to render a very nice looking princess cut. And yeah, you can go and play with this and the contrast as well, because diamonds love contrast. And then aces, let's increase that, increase the contrast a bit. We'll put it on a white background. Make sure the environment map is also white. And then kind of play around with the curves, like the whites, like to bring that out. The lights. The midtones are generally dropped down in the shadows. And then, I mean, such a super simplistic HDRI. And maybe just adding a small little bright pin here and there. It can really add to what you're trying to do. I mean, once you add on bloom onto here, once you add on bloom, let's just do a 45 bloom, up the threshold. And then what I would do is, let's say we had this thing right at 0. Something that I like to do in the centers is a gradient pin. Like, and make that black. And then just have your white pin here. And then up to stops opacity. And bring that out. Alpha. And I mean, you can, I think you can take off the blending as well. But I mean, you got a pretty nice looking gem, and as soon as you go and you add a small little pin on the inside of that thing, it should actually start giving you some colored refractions. Yeah, there you see the colored refractions and everything. Yeah, the gems with the sharp edges, they don't look that nice. I mean, it might be personal preference, but for me, they honestly just don't look that nice. I want to actually use one of my default sceneries in here and just kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is that default one that I always start with. I found like the setup that I got there, everything looks very decent right from the get-go. And this was a gem map I actually downloaded off of a playground thing. It's a bit hectic, but oh crap. Like it causes a bit of blowouts to happen. I don't know. Not a fan, but this is kind of the stuff that the these online renderers use. And I'm just not a fan of how they make diamonds look. I was telling a client yesterday that they can use that, but they're going to sacrifice quality. I mean, no online rendering thing is going to give you a diamond that clear. And you can even have a look. But in any case, I'm getting sidetracked here now. I need to. Okay, I think this stuff has been rendered out. Yeah, so those 3 rings have been rendered out. And yeah, guys, the other on-body stuff, like the other rings, I'll do as well. I don't know if I'm gonna go live for all of it. It kind of gets boring if you see the same thing over and over and over again. But I hope you guys got the gist of some on-body renders today. They do take quite a bit of practice. I myself, I'm not exactly where I want to be in terms of quality with it, but it just comes down to practice. And I'm still very new to it. I'm still playing around with it, trying to get it optimized and learning tips and tricks. And as soon as I learn that, I'll go live here as well, and I'll share what I've learned on here. I know I've been getting a lot of requests of people that wants me to train them one-on-one and such, and it's just I don't have the time. And if I had to do that, it'll work out a lot more expensive than me sitting on here doing some work and you guys just popping in and having a look, because it's going to take time away from my projects. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But for now, that's going to be it. Have an awesome day and conquer with confidence.